felt like I peed myself. Like, just I was done. Like by 11 o'clock, I was ready to push this baby out. She's telling me that I have dilated only 4 centimeters, and she's saying, well done. I was like, please give me the epidural because I can't. Oh, and I was like, oh my goodness. And look at this, guys. Yay! Uh-oh. And there it goes. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. So last week I asked you guys my previous video, I asked you guys if you would like for me to film my labor and delivery story, and I am so pleasantly surprised at how many of you actually said that yes, you would like for me to film my labor and delivery story. So let's get right into it. Okay, so my baby was due on the 2nd of August 2016. She didn't come on that day, obviously, like which kid ever comes on the exact same date that they're supposed to come. So 3rd of August was just another normal day. My father-in-law was celebrating his 69th birthday, so we went to that in the evening. I was having a bit of contractions here and there, nothing too major. Got back home around about midnight or so it was now the next day, the 4th of August, and we were in bed like by 12:30. And as we got into bed, as I was just like really, finding that position, any mommies out there know that at this stage of your pregnancy, sleeping is just like, it doesn't happen. Like you can never find the right position. Anyways, I'm trying to find the right position, and suddenly it felt like I peed myself, like just a little bit. And then I get up and I go to the bathroom and I pee, and then I just clean myself up and go back to bed. Again, I try to find a position, like a comfortable position, and it happens again. And then this time I turn over to my husband and I say, babe, I think my water just broke. And then I got up again, and this time I noticed that there was like this like a white slimy kind of fluid, so it obviously wasn't pee. And then, but I wasn't having any contractions, so we were like, should we go to the hospital or should we not? And then we went to Google. My trusted friend Google. We went to Google, and Google said, guys, Google said to go to the hospital because as soon as your water breaks, there is a chance that you might catch infections. So we just played it safe and we went to the hospital. So we got to the hospital. It's not far, it's like just 5 minutes away. Our hospital bag was, or both our hospital bags were ready, so we just got our bags and we drove to the hospital. We were there within 5-10 minutes. So we got there. Unfortunately, at the labor ward, they only had one midwife that was on shift. So she was basically there for people that were, already like ready to give birth. And unfortunately, I wasn't at that stage when they checked how far my labor was. I was apparently still very far away from, my labor hadn't progressed enough to the delivery stage. So they unfortunately had to transfer me to the next hospital, which was in a different town. It's not far away. It's just about, I think, 20 minutes to that next hospital. So we proceeded to that hospital. So when we got there, the midwife checked how far my dilation was, and she was like, just try to get some sleep because this baby is not coming right now. It's not gonna happen like now. Then luckily Chris and I got a family room, so Chris was able to stay with me. It was literally like almost one bed, but it was two beds put together, two hospital beds put together. So he was like right next to me, which was really great. I was so happy to have him there with me. But I didn't sleep, guys, and at this time it was like what, 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't sleep because my contractions slowly started to get stronger and stronger. And then I called the nurse or the midwife, and I was like, I can't sleep. And she checked the baby's heart rate, and the baby was fine and everything, but she was like, just sleep, because all these contractions that you are having right now are nothing. Try to sleep. And she gave me a suppository. I am not a suppository kind of person, let me just put that out there. So Chris had to help me with the suppository, but it didn't do anything. I was still in pain. So by 5 o'clock in the morning, my eyes were wide open. I didn't sleep, not even 1 second. I think by 7 o'clock, the next midwife came in. So this was a different shift now. So the next one came in, and you know, she was just like trying to calm me down and everything. She was very zen, like she was very serene. She was nice, but labor is just not fun, guys. Like, not at all. It is not fun. So she was trying to like calm me down, and she was like, you can take a shower if you want to. So I took a shower, and by 11 o'clock I was done. Like by 11 o'clock I was ready to push this baby out. So this midwife came and she checked my dilation. She was like, well done, you are 4 centimeters dilated. And I was like, what? 4 centimeters? All this time. So this is now like almost 12 hours later. Mind you, my water broke at 12:30 earlier on that day, like right after midnight. It is now 11 o'clock, and she's telling me that I have dilated only 4 centimeters, and she's saying, well done. I was like, please give me the epidural, because I can't. And then she was like, no, let's just, you know, you're doing so well, let's not go that route, because if we give you the epidural, then you won't be able to walk, and you won't be able to feel your contractions, and when it's time to push, you won't know if you get a contraction or not, because every time you get a contraction, that's when you must push. So she was like, let's just try to be strong, you're doing so well. Oh, and I was like, oh my goodness. But I was like, okay, because you know, I did want to do it naturally. So I was like, okay, let me just try. And then she kind of showed me how to breathe and everything. And Chris was also there holding my hand and, you know, just trying to help me out through the whole process. So then it was lunchtime, around about 1 o'clock or so. I ate. The food came back right up. They gave me Coke. It came back out. Mind you, my whole pregnancy, I was vomiting. So I'm not surprised that, I wasn't surprised that my labor, I was also vomiting. I think I did mention this in my other video that my pregnancy was just horrible. So I was vomiting the entire pregnancy. Back to the labor. Okay, now it's what, 3 o'clock or so? By this time, guys, I'm dead. Like, I have no power whatsoever. And I don't know how far along I am at this stage, but all I know is that I just want to get this baby out, and I am screaming for an epidural. By this point, it's a different midwife, mind you. I am screaming for epidural, and she's like, no, I'm not going to give you an epidural. Now this midwife said no. She just said, no, I'm not giving you an epidural. So she gave me something else, something I was supposed to take away the pain a little bit, but it didn't work because I was still like in pain, like major pain. By 4 o'clock, the midwife had stepped out, and I was in the room with just Chris alone. And I had this feeling that I had to push. And then I was like, Chris, please call the midwife because I feel like I have to push. It's amazing, guys. Our bodies are absolutely amazing. My body told me that it's time to push. I literally felt it on my own without the midwife having checked how far along I was with the dilation. Anyways, she came in and she checked and she was like, well done, congratulations, you did it. You are 10 centimeters dilated. Now it is time to push. Guys, I pushed for what felt like 2 hours almost. We tried many different positions, like on all fours, on my back, on the side with my leg pulled up, towards my face, all different kinds of positions. Nothing, guys, nothing worked. So the midwife decided to call in the doctor, and he like put his whole hand in like that, and he was like, the baby is lying in a very strange position. So her head was facing up, and instead of lying like this in the birth canal, she was lying like that. So this was her face facing up, and this is the back of her head there. And she was going that way. Instead of going down the birth canal, she wasn't engaged basically. So she was going that way. So he said to me, okay, I have 2 options for you. We can vacuum her out or C-section. And I was like, I hadn't done research as to what vacuum was, so I didn't really know, and maybe there was a failure on my side that I hadn't done enough research on the different kinds of births. I just knew that there was forceps, a natural birth, and a C-section. I didn't know really about the whole vacuuming thing. And the moment the doctor said the vacuuming might hurt your baby, I knew straight away that I had to go for the C-section, because anything that would put my baby's life in jeopardy, it was an absolute no. Any mother would do the same thing. So yeah, guys, so then I had to go in for C-section, and this was now what, around about 6 o'clock or so. And yeah, so unfortunately I had to get a C-section. I was very unhappy about me having a C-section, but you know, it is what it is, and it's a decision that I made, because as soon as he said that the vacuuming might put my baby's life in danger, I knew that I had to go for that option. So Nandi was born at 6:30, and she weighed 3.75 kilograms, and she was 52 centimeters tall. I will insert some pictures of her and myself right after she had come out. It was very emotional, guys. It was very emotional. Emotions are actually kind of coming back now, even though it's almost 10 months postpartum. But just talking about, you know, the labor story and delivery story is quite emotional. Unfortunately, because it wasn't a natural birth, I couldn't have her on me right away, which is very sad. But the operation itself, the C-section, it went by so quickly, like less than 5 minutes. They're very fast. Nandi was out, and one of the nurses held her so that I could see her face, and she was just crying, and Chris was sitting like right next to me, and then they rushed away, and they cleaned her up and weighed her and checked if everything was okay, and then they brought her back. She was clean, and she was, oh my goodness, I'm getting so emotional. She was clean, and they put her on me, and she was just crying, and I was crying. It was definitely one of the best moments, or if not the best moment of my life, because it just felt like, wow, I don't know. I think any mom out there can relate. I'm even getting goosebumps right now. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when you can welcome a child into the world and you are ready for it. Like with every inch of your body, I was really, really ready to have a baby. Oh my goodness, it's so emotional. Ah. Okay, I've watched a lot of labor and delivery stories, and I love it when they bring the baby. So okay, my baby is obviously no longer a newborn, but she's now 10 months, but I'm gonna bring her and you guys can see her and I can introduce you to her. Just a second. Huh? So guys, this is the lady of the hour. 10 months later. Say hello. Hello. This is Nandi Marie Buchegger. She's the light of my life. Like, I know that this sounds really cliche. Like, everybody says, oh my god, she's the light of my life. I can't imagine my life without her. But it's true, guys. It's really true. Having a baby is hard work. It's... Can I have this so that mommy can talk? Having a baby is a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of commitment, dedication, patience. Above all, I think patience. But guys, it is worth it. It's really worth it. And then it's like, oh no. And look at this, guys. Yay! Uh-oh. And there it goes. Alright. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. And actually click on that bell down there, because that way you will get notified when I upload videos. It won't help if you just subscribe and not click on the bell, because then you won't know when I've uploaded a video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. Have a great week, guys. I wish you all a wonderful week, wonderful and productive week, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yay! Bye, guys. If you guys want to see more baby related videos like monthly updates, breastfeeding tips, I know a lot actually about breastfeeding because I'm still breastfeeding in Nandi's almost 10 months. So I'd really love to film that. Let me know if you guys are interested in stuff like that and I'll be more than happy to film.